This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Ruskin Group Theater for their presentation of A Gambler's Guide to Dying. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
Hi, Paul Link is my name, director of A Gambler's Guide to Dying.
Great. Now, I got a question for you. Why did you decide to take on this piece?
It spoke to me. It reminded me of a piece I did years ago called Time Flies When You're Alive, which I'm very proud of, which I've done for over 25 years, and it has similar tones to it. And interestingly enough, the guy and I, he's from Scotland, I'm from Southern California. We have a lot in common. It's just it's kind of cool. And I really, my friend Ellen Bree, who was here tonight, actually, her sister-in-law saw it at the Edinburgh Festival last summer, bought the text, gave it to Ellen, because Ellen's an actress. Ellen called me and said, I have a play for you. And I was sort of retired, and I read it, and I went, I'd like to do this. So I approached the Ruskin, and then Maury was available, and it was like, we're on, we're doing it.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was very artistic, but my father had a gambling problem.
I got you.
So again, it hit me in a very unusual way.
That's interesting.
That actually, I'd say, definitely hit me, though. I wouldn't say... that's why I do like it and all that. But what do you comment to somebody? Suppose someone saw this, their father had a gambling problem. They really are moved by it.
Yeah. Well, I think that is why it's a good play. To be honest with you, I've never thought of that response, but that makes total sense. It's like in Time Flies When You're Alive, it was my first wife who died of breast cancer, and the things I learned going through that with her. Well, some of the responses I got from that piece, I never even would have even contemplated that it was possible, because people were mad at her choices, because she did alternative treatments and stuff like that. So I think this is going to stir up emotions because it's very personal. I think it's a universal story. You relate to it from your perspective because you had to deal with it as being the son of an addict. And he says he's an addict. That's one of the things he is. So it's interesting. It's also interesting to me that he needed it, the bet, as a reason to live. So it's, I'm sorry for you having to go through that yourself, but I'm glad you had that response. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it actually, first of all, it allowed me to remember my father more, because in a sense, a lot of things I just don't want to think about. When you're a son, a couple of times he actually gambled away my college tuition, right? Yeah, and again, but I was thinking, denying, don't think about it.
Right.
Now it actually opens my eyes and think, oh, that's why that happened. And I think it helped me a lot.
Well, thank you for that. I think it's really good. And there's Maury, our star. I'm touched that you had that response. I mean, really. You want to talk to Maury?
Sure. Okay, thank you very much for being on the show.
God bless. God bless.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
Maury Sterling, born in Northern California, I'm living in LA for years. Came down here to be an actor, went to UCLA and stayed on and just been finding work, and worked with this theater at the Ruskin Group Theater a few times, so it's nice to be back here on stage. I play, I think it's 15 different characters. So I play, the main ones are the narrator, and then the narrator is a young boy, ages 7 to 13, and then the narrator's granddad, Archie, who's probably 65, 67, and then numerous other characters. A Gambler's Guide to Dying, it's a beautiful play. It's the story of a young boy and his relationship with his grandfather and all the things he learns about growing up and from his grandfather, who is a complicated person, but ultimately the play is about life and learning to live life well.
I really enjoyed, first of all, I enjoyed your performance. Thank you. You were wonderful. I enjoyed this piece also because, first of all, it was very philosophical. It talked about, free will, actually, or fate and all that. And again, through the eyes of a gambler, it was something I never looked at, but again, it actually makes a lot of sense. And secondly, it hit me very personally because my father had a gambling problem.
I'm hoping that the play ultimately ends on a really beautiful message, but because of the complicated characters, I'm hoping it's going to have a universal effect in that regard, that people have had to deal with people who are complicated. They're addicts, but they're sweet, and they're loving, and they're kind, and they're all these things. How do you learn from them? So I think it's a kind of play that has a lot for everybody. I'm glad it touched you because I think that I'm thrilled to hear that because that's the point.
Yeah. In a sense, I would say it touched me in a sense that there's some parts of my childhood I've been trying to deny. I'm like, oh, that never happened, but that's very unhealthy. And actually, it allowed me to look at things in a different light.
I'm again glad to hear you say that because I think that's the beauty of theater is that it triggers, it opens us all up. It gives us a chance to look at things and feel things about our own lives. Then I think the play did a good job, and I think Gary McNair, who wrote the play, has just created. I just feel so grateful that he's let us do this for that reason. I think it's a play that really can touch all of us in some way. So.
Okay. Once again, I did enjoy the play. I'd like to say I loved it. For a lot of my plays that I really recommend, I say I loved it. This one, I wish I could say something a little above it because again, it for me personally, it struck a chord that other people might not get, but it struck that chord that I very seldomly get struck.
I think you just said it then, because I think if you loved it and you're trying to say something more, which is not just about, if I understood you right, not about a great review, but saying, wow, this affected me, I think that is the best praise, because I think that's what sort of art is trying to do. So I'm thrilled to hear you say that. That's a great review.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
John Ruskin. I'm the artistic director and founder of the theater. We've been here about 13 years. We're going on. We do plays. We have a school across the street. It's a 2-year professional acting training program, and that started about 25 years ago. And over the years, we've always had a place we wanted for the professional actors that were graduating to come and work, and so we started this nonprofit in the hangar in 2002. And since then, we've been putting on plays, new plays, old plays, musicals, revivals, kind of an eclectic group of work that we do here. And this is an LA premiere, California premiere of this show, Gary McNair's A Gambler's Guide to Dying, starring Maury Sterling, who's a good friend of ours and just a brilliant actor.
So why did you decide to actually play this?
Well, because we thought it was great, and we were honored that we'd gotten our hands on it. Paul Link brought it to us, and Mikey Myers put it together with Maury, and Maury agreed to take it on, which it's really a singular show, and it's actor-driven. It's very hard to find an actor that's qualified and beautiful enough like Maury to do this piece. But Gary McNair, the writer of it, is the only one who's done it over in Edinburgh for the festival, and he's going to bring it, I think, to this country, maybe to New York. But in the meantime, he gave us permission to have Maury do it here after negotiating.
I actually liked the piece. I liked it a lot. Usually when my highest recommendation for a piece is I love it. This piece, I wish I could give a little more because my father had a gambling problem. So it really hit me in a special way.
Fantastic. That's nice when that happens, where your life is brought to the surface.
Yeah, well, it actually, I think there's some things I've been repressing in my life, like, pretending like this never happened. No, it was not my childhood. This never happened. It helped me face some of the things that I've been trying to push away.
Well, that's double powerful. That's fantastic if that's the case. When your life gets mirrored by theater, it brings it together.
I think it also describes, it actually illustrates a little bit about the healing power of theater, too. When you go to see a piece, some pieces are tragic. I mean, why would anyone see something with a tragic ending? But a lot of theater pieces have people die at the end. They have, people break up at the end. But again, there's a bit of a healing part of that.
No question. No question. When you see what someone's been through and that it mirrors your own life, you realize that we're not alone and that this process is something that can make you heal again. And they say if you can feel it, you can heal it. But yeah, it brought up a great deal of my life too, in terms of my father and being a father and what that means. It's my favorite part of theater, that makes you see your own life and reminds you that you're human.
Yeah. What I also like about theater are they show flawed characters, but actually real characters. It's like, let's have the gambler be like this adventurer, like, this James Bond like character who puts down $10 and wins $1 million. Nice happy ending, but that's not the reality out there. I mean, people are very complex. They're driven by a lot of things. I really like the way this character is played.
Oh, it's nice to hear. Maury's such a brilliant actor. He works a great deal in TV and film, but he's worked with us on stage multiple times, and this for him is a tour de force. It's just there's very few actors in the country that could ever pull this off, but he's the man for it, really. Just such a beautiful performer.
As a director, what do you look for in your casting?
Well, I didn't direct this, Paul Link did, but as a director in my own plays, that you're looking for a great actor to realize the role and show up and do their work and be consistent, but really you're looking for that magic of talent.
Well, once again, I love the performance, and actually I think I've seen another piece here from the Ruskin. I saw Sneaky Old Time. Actually, I like that one too. So actually, yeah, so far I've enjoyed every play I've seen here. Perfect.
It's a good start.
All right, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
A Gambler's Guide to Dying will be playing at the Ruskin Group Theater from March 4th to April 29th. For more information, go to www.ruskingrouptheater.com.